are the world's first national park. So the whole idea of preservation started here. And one of the main reasons that Yellowstone National Park was set aside was because of geothermal features. So this is a picture of Old Faithful. Have you guys heard of Old Faithful?
To je neki vulkan. Tako, old... No, we didn't... Možda 7. razred ako se učim. No?
Old Faithful is a geyser, and geysers are pretty rare. There are geysers, and that's when steam and water is shooting out naturally out of the earth. And we'll zoom in real quick. So you can see how big a person is.
Koliko je osoba velika, koliko je gejzir, koliko voda ide u vazduh.
So when Old Faithful erupts, it erupts about 40 meters.
40 meters.
Every time it erupts about every 90 minutes. And it's over 6,000 liters per eruption. Old Faithful is probably the most famous geyser. We have about 300 geysers in Yellowstone National Park, but there are about 600 geysers in the world. So half of the world's geysers are in Yellowstone National Park. Besides geysers, we have a lot of hot springs. And here's a picture of a hot spring. And again, this is how big a person would be walking on this. I don't know their actual person. Yeah. So you can kind of maybe see that dot is a person.
Ta tačkica je neka...
So this hot spring is called Grand Prismatic Spring. It's 112 meters across. It's about 37 meters deep, and it's at about 64 degrees Celsius. So not quite boiling water, but it's a large hot spring. And if you add up all our hot springs, our geysers, we have over 10,000 geothermal features in Yellowstone National Park. And that's really why Yellowstone National Park was set aside to be the world's first national park. But besides all those geothermal things, because underneath Yellowstone National Park is a huge volcano. And that's what's generating all the heat for the hot springs and the geysers. If we pull out just kind of a map of Yellowstone National Park, so we are about 90 kilometers north and south, and about 70 kilometers east and west. But this is the volcano, and it is over 45 kilometers across. So it's just so big of a volcano, so large, you can't see the other side. So what else is amazing is we saved a lot of wildlife. So we have a lot of bears, and we have black bears, and black bears can be up to 150 kilos, and a grizzly bear can be 350 kilos.
350 kilogram. Okay.
We also have a lot of elk. And this is a large member of the deer family. And they can be over 150 kilos. And we have a couple thousand elk in the park. And its larger cousin, the moose.
A loss.
And a moose can be almost 400 kilos. But one of our other most famous animals would be this. You guys know what this is called?
Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Yeah, buffalo or bison. And we have about 4,000 bison in Yellowstone National Park. If you guys come visit, especially in the summertime, very often this is how you see a bison. So, bison is the largest land mammal in Yellowstone National Park. It can be almost 900 kilos, and you can see it's the size of a small car.
Da, veliki kao auto.
We do not have any fences in Yellowstone National Park. Our wildlife are free. We're not a zoo. We're a wilderness. We're wild landscapes. So the animals come and go. There are no fences. They're not regulated, and they are wild. So you cannot pet them or feed them. We require you to be 100 meters from our bears. We also ask you to be 100 meters from this large canine, gray wolf. And a gray wolf can be over 60 kilos. And then we ask you to be 25 meters from our bison, from our elk, our deer, our bighorn sheep, or our mountain goats. So being in Yellowstone National Park, the world's first national park, it's a great opportunity to stand inside of a volcano, to see hot water, hot springs, and geysers. But it's also a great opportunity to see wildlife, whether it's elk, bison, or maybe even a chance to see a wolf or a bear. And that's some of the major things about Yellowstone National Park. We're 142 years old, and I hope we're around for another 142 years. It's a little bit about Yellowstone, a little bit about the geothermal features, and a little bit about some of the wildlife that live here in Yellowstone National Park. So now we want some questions from the fifth graders, I believe.
Yes, that's correct. Samo se predstavi i pročita.
Hi, my name is Vera. My question is, how big is the park?
So we talked a little bit, it's about, I'm trying to convert everything in my head too. So it's about over 70 kilometers north and south,
70.
and almost 70 kilometers east to west.
That's pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's not the world's largest. So in total, we're 8,987 square kilometers.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Anya. My question is, what is the most dangerous animal?
Anna, do you know what a mosquito is?
Mosquito. Komarac. Yes, we know.
Yes, we know that. Are you scared?
That was kind of a joke, but I get bit by a mosquito every year. So for me, that's the most dangerous. Anna, any of our large wild animals can get hurt. Every year, somebody gets too close to one of our big bison, and if you can imagine, 800 kilos, every year a bison will hurt somebody. But when it's in the news, it makes headlines, and it's really rare, is when a bear attacks a person. And again, a bear can be, a grizzly bear can be 350 kilos. So bears are probably considered the most dangerous, but bison hurt more people every year.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Nadia. My question is, are you scared when you see any dangerous animal?
Kind of like the other question, if you keep a good distance, if you stay 100 meters from a bear, they're amazing to watch and to take pictures. But you have to stay, a whole football or a whole soccer field away. So I enjoy most of the wildlife and I respect them, but I have to admit the one that kind of scares me the most is a plant eater, but it's the bison. I think they're unpredictable and they can be anywhere. I've seen them really close on a trail and I never know which way to go and I never know what the bison is going to do. I have ran into, again, when I'm hiking a few times, a black bear. they're more predictable. They're more dangerous, but they're more predictable. So I think probably the one that strikes fear in me or causes me to worry is probably the bison. Because they're so big and they're unpredictable.